Now, how tough was it to make that decision?
To Link Academy,
Yeah.
it hurted my soul. But I just felt like the opportunity and what God put in front of me, I just felt like I couldn't pass
it up. Real big, real big. I know one day I would do it real big, real big, real big. I know what my real is fearless.
To another episode of the CourtSide TakeOver podcast. And you know me on my show, I say this is a debate show, not a relate show, because I try my best not to be biased. But on this situation, I'm biased. This is my favorite player in the city. I've been saying this for a while. All year I've been screaming it. Now, I ain't biased on no situation. But between Tyler and D, I think these are my two favorite players in the city. So I've been excited for this one. I done did unusual preparation. So I'm excited for this one. So we got Tyler here, man. What's going on, boss?
Man, what up?
What's going on? How you been? How the summer been treating you?
Summer been great, man. Like a dream come true. EYBL, 16U, 17U, USA training camp. I mean, all around it's been a blessing. So yeah, just putting our work in and seeing results, making my childhood dreams come true day by day.
How is it playing on the circuit, the EYBL circuit?
It's competitive. It's high level. You play against people that's going to the NBA. You play against pros. But you're also playing against in front of college coaches, NBA players. Brian, Ja, Blake Griffin. So you never know who you run into, but you always gotta be ready. On and off the court, you gotta know who you're talking to, because you could be talking to a GM, a college coach, or somebody that knows somebody where you want to be at one day. So it's like an experience. It's one of a lifetime.
Now, something I've been curious about, because every time I see you, I see Alex. Literally, every time.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I like the relationship because my big brother passed 6 years ago, and that was like my dog.
Yeah.
And y'all so tight. What does that relationship mean to you? Just having that big brother there? Because most people, you would talk to most kids, and they'd be like, I would have made it if it was if it was for support. Everywhere I see you, I see Alex. How has that helped you and your development throughout the years?
At first I knew my dog, so like we started working out when I was younger. My first AAU tournament was nationals in the second grade, but I wasn't good. So after that, we started getting into the lab serious, ball handling. Ever since then, we built connections. But he does a lot for me. People don't know, like he builds connections. Like him being a coach and being a good person he is. He meets a lot of people that he sends my way. Coaches, people that do camps, a lot of stuff like that. That put me to the predicament I'm at today. Like he's just supportive all around. He does a lot, like especially with his training. Training is legit. It's legit. Like on the court, field, stairs, hills, anything you want to hit his line, I promise you'll get it done.
Now, Alex, growing up, did you know, because you were pretty good yourself. Now, did you know, I think my little brother got a chance to be as good as me, if not better, or did you just gear, I want to spend time with my little brother. I want him to do what I'm doing. What made you just pour into Tyler so much?
Honestly, it was a little bit of everything. Actually, the first time I saw him play, competitively was his second grade year. We were up at King James. That's the first time I saw him play, and I literally the first thing I saw when the first time he touched the ball, I was like, I think we can really do something with this. And I'll tell pretty much anybody that listens, with him being as big as he was, even at such a young age, I pretty much worked him outside in. Mm-hmm. So we worked on a lot of ball handling. It's crazy because me and Moms always find random videos of me working him out at Friars Club. And we're not doing post moves. We're doing two-hand ball handling up and down the court. I got Kroger bags, wrapped around basketballs. We're doing, ball handling drills. He's shooting jump shots. And like I said, we just worked outside in. So I told him the first training that we ever did together, I said, dude, you got to be able to get wherever you want with this basketball on that court. And we've had our good days. We've had our not as good of days. But it's been an experience, and just honestly just a blessing just to watch this journey up to this point, man. And I'm really just excited to continue to see what he's gonna do. With the opportunity that he's got coming forward.
Definitely. Now, I did a little research. Back in the 5th, 6th, 7th grade, you used to always be hurt a lot. Now, obviously, it's because you was growing. You huge. So obviously, because you was growing. Now, when you was having those growing pains, did you ever feel like, man, this ain't for me, or what's next? Because it might be some kids out there that's watching this, like taking those Anthony Davis approach, those Giannis approaches. That's 6'2" in the 7th grade. Now I'm 6'10", 6'9". So would you ever down on yourself when you was experiencing those growing pains?
Yeah, I was down on myself, but I was like, I'm getting taller, so it was a good thing. It was like 50-50. But like when I took that year off and just like not worked out at all and just like settle and my body settled, it was like planting the plane, like like potting the plane again. You gotta wait for it to grow. Mm-hmm. So I just took that time off, found myself off the court, confidence again, stronger mentally, emotionally. So when I got back on, I was ready for there to be physical challenges that I can take on to this day, like right now.
Now, congratulations! As I was sitting here preparing and scrolling, you just racked up 2, Alabama and Tennessee.
Yeah.
So congratulations!
Thank you.
Now, a kid in your position. So, if anybody haven't been watching you as long as I'm a basketball nerd, so I've been seeing you play around the city. So, if anybody haven't been watching you, somebody might be like, "Dang, you got all these officers just out the blue." What can you tell a kid that's in your situation? Like, because a lot of people might just see Tyler on the EYBL circuit. They might just see Tyler racking up all these offers, but don't nobody know, like you said, the work behind the scenes that you and your brother put in. Yeah. What can you tell a kid that's in your position that's coming behind you, like, this ain't easy?
It ain't easy, but, focus on your grind. Don't be worried about the media, trying to get a blue check, you know what I'm saying? You do everything, be humble. That's one thing I say, be humble. That's the key factor. When you humble, just let everything fall into place. Don't be going out your way saying you're the best. I mean, if people know you're the best, they go find you. So like, don't be all cocky. You can be confident. It's a difference. But just always be yourself. But then always get yours anytime you need to.
We live in a generation where you got to put it in their face.
Yeah.
So for example, you are one of the most. You don't show no emotions. You're not yelling. You're not on social media boasting and bragging. Mm-hmm. Do you kind of like? Is that kind of hard sometimes? Because we live in a not so humble generation. But you probably one of the humblest guys I know. Like. Is that kind of hard sometimes being like, because the buzz around the town, everybody be like, hey, Tyler McKinley, the next biggest thing. Yeah, who the next biggest thing is? Oh, it's Tyler. Oh, it's Tyler. So is it kind of a hard balance between I'm that dude and I'm still grinding for something. I'm not done at the end of the day.
It's just like, at the end of the day when the doors closed at night, it's like I'm just a regular kid just trying to hoop like everybody else. Maybe I'm just a little different, maybe different skill set, but it's just like everybody talking about this, that, and the third, but I realize at the end of the day, it's just gonna be me in that position, trying to get to the NBA and not everybody else. So just I just always be myself. And when I'm not playing basketball, I try to take that stress off and just be a regular kid, teen, just living life.
What has last year taught you, your quote-unquote breakout year? That's when everybody was like, who is this guy? What has last year taught you that you can take and apply for these next 2 years? I'm talking like the EYBL tournament, the season you had, the way y'all lost. Like, how has that helped you?
I feel like even before the breakout season, it's like my game is breaking out of shell, like year by year. Like I show something new every year. So last year, everybody just started noticing it, but I feel like even when I was younger, like every year I was showing something new. So I feel like last year when everybody got to see it, because I was like the quote-unquote starter team, but all my dogs put me in the right positions to get the ball, like put me in the right position to win. But I feel like everybody didn't see it at the time because they wasn't really focused on me, because I wasn't really, out in the media and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So I just feel like, that's pretty much it on that one.
All right, now. Everybody got the names. I always wanted to ask you about this. Do you like the Slim Burger name?
Yeah, it's cool. People call me, Slim Burger, Slim the Reaper.
I like Slim Reaper. Slim Reaper.
Ty, Big T, but I normally like this, the Slim Reaper one. Yeah.
I like Slim Reaper. I like T-Mac.
Yeah, I like T-Mac too. Yeah,
I like T-Mac. I like T-Mac. I think it go. I think it go together. Now, Alex. What can you take from you just playing that you can apply from your brother, your ups and your downs? Because you done been through it. Everything that he's going through, you done been through. Now, what can you take from him? Just maybe you haven't told him yet. Maybe it's something you always tell him from your experiences playing that he can apply. Like, hey, bro, I did this. I think you should take this route. Hey, this time I worked like now. I think you should do this because I did this and that messed me up along the way.
Honestly, I think if I haven't gotten to anything across to my brother, is to be patient, take everything slow. Like even when we first started, like I said, I had a very good feeling that he could be really good. But it was never, let me get my brother to be the best player in the country. It was never to be, he got to beat this kid, beat that kid. It was just, honestly, it was really like two of our mottos were just simple. Like one is just be patient, and then two is just always just trying to get him on somebody's radar. You know what I'm saying? We go to these things, somebody's going to see him. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to see the upside. They might not see the upside the way that I see it, you know, especially when he was younger. But it was just always, you know, be patient. I literally just told him this right before we got here. We was having a conversation about a school, and he was kind of rushing to make it happen. I'm like, bro, just be patient. And then, you know, good things ended up happening after that. So whatever we do, I just always tell him to be patient, and it's just fun to watch this journey because everything is kind of playing out at his speed. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no rush, there's no, you know, unnecessary attention, there's no target on his back. You know, at least from our perspective, like you said, we don't, you know what I'm saying, we don't really do the whole, you know, boosting and boasting and talking about him too much. You know what I'm saying? We'll celebrate his accomplishments, but it's never, you know, Tyler's the best in the city. You know what I'm saying? I will probably never ever say that my brother's the best at anything. I'll probably say he's the most versatile, one of the most versatile kids in his class. But even if you ask me if he's the best player in the state, I would never actually say that my brother's the best player in the state. You know, he does a lot of great things, but, you know, it's just, there's a lot to work on. There's always a lot to work on. And yeah, so just always being patient, you know, whether it's workouts, trying to get something right, whether it's, you know, whatever school you want, somebody's going to come. Mm-hmm. But just be patient and just, you know, continue to make sure you're better than the last performance that you had. And I think, you know, that kind of played out this year. You know what I'm saying? He had an amazing sophomore year at Walnut. And then he had an even better EYBL session. You know, he said he led scoring in EYBL after 2 sessions. And then you get picked up for USA basketball, and he makes the final 18 out of 35 4 and 5 star kids. You know, and then we finish out Peach Jam. Like it just kind of, you know, just be patient and you just play. You know, you control the things that you can control. So I don't really try to put too much pressure on him, especially now. You know, he has enough pressure as it is. You know, with school and other people. You know, other people trying to get him to live up to their expectations. So I just try to be the median, try to be the, you know, just kind of the guide in all of it at this point. And just making sure, you know, I just continue to put him in the right position.
Segue. How was that experience playing for Team USA, being around guys of that elite talent, just getting that experience? Because most guys don't even get to do that at your age. So how was just being around those guys and that camaraderie, that wearing the country you live in and you represent on your chest? How was it?
It was a different experience because you go to like exposure camps and it was like the same type of caliber of players. But when you were like in a structured base, you got a lot of IQ on one team. I know how to play good basketball. It was really fun. It was very, very competitive. Every practice 2 a day. So it was going about like 2.5 hours a day. But it was like we was going at it every day.
And I'll put it like this: it's almost different than like your usual like exposure type of thing. Like with USA, like from the people that I talk to, they make you play good basketball. You know what I'm saying? They make you swing the ball. They make you run sets. So you know what I'm saying? So it's different than your camps where you get the ball and then you might not touch it again until about
Sunday.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? Like they're making you run sets. You know what I'm saying? If you don't throw the lob to that big that's wide open when he rolls, because you think shooting a double team, double pump fake 18-footer is a better shot. You know what I'm saying? You probably they're getting you ready to going back home probably later that day. You know what I'm saying? So they actually make you play good ball, and that's probably one of the things I appreciated the most about that whole experience for him. Is that, you know, they teach you structure and they pretty much force you to play the way that it's supposed to play, because that's how he plays. So, you know, it made it easier for him to transition into that whole tryout, that whole situation.
And going into your junior year, that's kind of like a leadership course, because really, if I done been with all these elite, high-level talent players and they forced to share the ball, forced to move the ball, forced to play this type of way, why wouldn't I take this back to this program I'm going to, take this back to wherever I'm at? Now I know how to play the ball. Now I know how to play ball in an unselfish way without even feeling some type of way. I done did it with the guys on these levels. Why not do it with these guys? So not trying to say people on different levels, but it make you look at the game a different way.
Exactly.
Definitely. So how was it No, I was just interested about both of this because how has just like going to Walnut changed the basketball perspective? Like, and I say that is because most people look at Walnut as an academic school. But Alex, when you was there, y'all was actually good at basketball. Tyler, y'all was good last year. Coach Ricardo run a good program. So how has y'all just going there changed the outlook of Walnut and how y'all carry that school? This is a question for both of you.
You answer first?
I'll go first because
I
I
can
played
answer
there
first.
first. I'll go there because I played first.
Alright.
I'd probably say I wouldn't really say. I would say like probably say around my time was probably kind of a catalyst year, almost or like catalyst time if you really want to call it, because like before I was there, a lot of people weren't huge on Walnut basketball.
Right.
Like my freshman year, we won our conference. And we lost our first game in the tournament. But pretty much after that, we were pretty successful. You know what I'm saying? My sophomore year, we had a couple transfers come in. Evan Yates, literally probably my top 2 favorite post players in footwork. Evan Yates probably had some of the prettiest footwork I ever seen in my life, bro. And then, my junior year, we were successful. And unfortunately, my senior year, I didn't get to play. But that my senior year was literally the team that went to state. They were just 2 years younger. So I always think about what could have been with that senior year. But I think that around my time of being at Walnut, I think it really kind of got things going where kind of where they are now. Coach Ricardo definitely took that off and ran with it and made it into the program that it is today. And I personally think that Stu's going to do an amazing job over there. And continue to follow what Coach Ricardo, placed in his lap.
For me, I take it as a community standpoint. It was like, you Tuesday, Friday, Saturday nights, school was jumping, trying to get to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was just always a good time, playing in front of your friends and family, put on a show, seeing smiles on kids' face. It was always a good feeling for me, and we was winning. So we was putting on a show every night.
That make it better.
Yeah, it was putting on a show.
It was crazy. It was crazy packing out how crazy some of those games was packed out. Like our Moeller game, our first game of the season was packed. Yeah,
that was crazy.
And even our UC game, the game that you did.
Yeah.
The UC game, like we had that whole bottom. That whole
section.
Up.
That was
crazy.
That
whole bottom bowl filled out. And they had to start letting people up at the top part for a little bit, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So just that aspect of everybody coming to see us play and everybody for the most part coming to see him play. Like I always think about that. Like people are literally gathering and filling up these places to come watch my little brother play. Like
crazy.
Bro, I promise you, it's crazy to think about, bro. It's wild to think about.
How was it playing for Coach Ricardo?
Yeah, some days it was rough. I ain't gonna lie. Some people don't know. He a good guy, but sometimes behind them practice doors, he get a little rough. But it was one thing I loved about Cardo. He had that dog, and that was brought to the team. He wasn't afraid of nobody. Like we would play anybody, and he would show that in practice. Like it was always aggressive. It was never laid back. Even on our chill days, if we wasn't having the energy we were supposed to, he would make sure. But I just love how the way he coached, especially in game, how energetic he was. Jumping up and down there. It just bring more energy for the team on the court. So I just love that about him.
Prime example why I say this is a relate show, not a debate show, because a lot of people can relate to this question. Would you ever want to play for your brother?
Yeah. I would, but I don't know for a long time. Cause I know I've seen some players play under like their family for a long time, and they don't know how to get coached by somebody else.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot too. I tell myself if I ever had kids, I wouldn't want to coach them because I think I'm the type when I love something, I'm passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have trouble separating the two because I love the game so much. I think I put like some people show their kid favoritism. I think I'll punish him for high expectations. I know you can make that pass. You got something on the bench. So it might be worse actually for me. Like he might not ever play. He could be doing something good and might not get in. It's gonna be bad.
It's like 50-50. Like sometimes it'd be like here, you know what I mean. But I understand though, like because he my big brother. But like some other times it just be like he had to do that, and sometimes I'd be a little frustrated. It just all depends on how I feel. But it was always a great experience having my dog practice. Before and after practice, it was just chill.
Now, is he going with you?
Yeah.
Got you. Now, how tough was it to make that decision?
to Link Academy.
Yeah.
It hurted my soul. But I just felt like the opportunity and what God put in front of me, I just felt like I couldn't pass it up.
Definitely. And you get to play with Elliot. Have y'all talked yet?
No, not yet. Coach Armstrong been telling me about it. So that's supposed to be my roommate. Supposedly, that's supposed to be.
I think that's gonna be a nice punch.
Yeah,
that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nice. Now, tough question.
Yep, I'm ready for it.
Was any other school in Cincinnati an option?
No.
Good answer. I don't think so. I think Walnut. Now, now was Stu? Did you talk to Stu about it?
Yeah, we let him know prior of my decision. Yes, we did.
Definitely. Okay. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm doing it like on how did you? What's some goals you got for the next 2 years? Like, what are just some goals you got just going into? Because now you're about to be a junior.
Yeah.
So now it's like that. Most people, I say you already broke out. The city know who you are. Everybody know. The state know who you are. The nation know who you are. So what's some personal goals you got? Like, okay, now first one complete. They know my name. Now what's next?
I think I should build on that. But one thing, like one of my goals, like for long term, is keep developing my body. If I can develop a pro body, adding muscle, then I feel like the rest of my game is just going to be smooth sailing from there. Conditioning, just adding more muscle. And once I do that, just keep staying in the lab and stay repping out. And that's college game perfection.
Now, how do you set the humbleness aside from the aggressiveness? Like, how do you stay humble and aggressive?
In game.
Yeah.
In game, it just depends. I just let people talk. I just do what I got to do. I just show it better than what I can tell it. And I just feel like that's just how I always have been. I never had to say nothing back to nobody. And if I do, you probably see me smiling or laughing because it's always funny.
Now, you don't have to say nothing now. Don't say nothing here. Is it one college you got that you like, I like this one, I'm surprised I got this one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You ain't got to say that, but I just want to
say too much.
Yeah. Okay, so it is one that you like, dang, they offered me, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, another one, you ain't got to say it.
Right.
Is there one that you looking for? You ain't got to say it, but if there one that you like, dang, if they offer me, like, I'd be...
Yeah, like Blue Bloods.
Okay.
Like Duke, Kentucky, UCLA, like they offer me, I'd be like crazy.
Got you.
Yeah.
How was it, because a lot of people don't know this, you play for the Blue Chips.
Sheesh.
Like, a lot of people don't know that.
He brought up the archive.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. You was a young buck with Gabe Cup and them.
Yeah, so I was playing up, and it was like, it was crazy at the time, but it was my first year with the first Blue Chips team. It was crazy. It was just like, we were playing with LeBron James' son. And like the first tournament, it was crazy. We like put up on a little minivan, and like we hopped out. The gym started going crazy. I'm confused a little bit. Like, I know it's Bonnie, but I didn't think it was going crazy like that over the time. But it was just like the games was always packed out. They was talking crazy to us. It was like they wanted to see us lose.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Like anybody that played on the Blue Chips team with Bronny or Bryce, that people would love seeing them lose all the time.
Mm-hmm. Did Bron ever come to the games?
Bron comes to the game.
Nah, not when they were that young. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it was always like Miss Savannah, and a lot of her family was out there.
Got you. Now, was Bronny as good as he is now back then when he was young? Did you think like, oh yeah, he gonna be? Because I think, me personally, I think when Bronny was that young, I think it was a lot of hype around him, but I think it was just because it was LeBron's son. I think this year is when I'm starting to see like, okay, now he could. Now,
he
did
could
you see that back then?
No, not really. Like, he could pass really well. But like the dog he got now wasn't the same.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. What's some goals you got for the next 2 years? Like, what's just some goals you got just going into? Because now you're about to be a junior.
Yeah.
So now it's like that. Most people, I say you already broke out. The city know who you are. Everybody know. The state know who you are. The nation know who you are. So what's some personal goals you got? Like, okay, now first one complete. They know my name. Now what's next?
I think I should build on that. But one thing, like one of my goals, like for long term, is keep developing my body. If I can develop a pro body, adding muscle, and I feel like the rest of my game is just going to be smooth sailing from there. Conditioning, just adding more muscle. And once I do that, just keep staying in the lab and stay repping out. And that's college game perfection.
Now, how do you set the humbleness aside from the aggressiveness? Like, how do you stay humble and aggressive?
In game.
Yeah.
In game, it just depends. I just let people talk. I just do what I got to do. I just show it better than what I can tell it. And I just feel like that's how I always have been. I never had to say nothing back to nobody. And if I do, you probably see me smiling or laughing because it's always funny.
Now, you don't have to say nothing now. Don't say nothing here. Is it one college you got that you like, I like this one. I'm surprised I got this one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You ain't got to say that, but I just want to know how
say too much.
Yeah. Okay, so it is one that you like, dang, they offered me, that's crazy. Yeah. Now, another one. You ain't got to say it.
Right.
Is there one that you looking for? You ain't got to say it, but if there's one that you like, dang, if they offer me, like, I'd be...
Yeah, like Blue Bloods.
Okay.
Like Duke, Kentucky, UCLA, like they offered me, I'd be like crazy.
Got you.
Yeah.
How was it? Because a lot of people don't know this. You play for the Blue Chips.
Sheesh.
Like a lot of people don't know that.
He brought up the archive.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. You was a young buck with Gabe Cup and them.
Yeah, so I was playing up, and it was like it was crazy at the time, but it was my first year, the first Blue Chips team. It was crazy. It was just like we were playing with LeBron James' son. And like the first tournament, it was crazy. We like put up on a little minivan, and like we hopped out. The gym started going crazy. I'm confused a little bit. Like, I know it's Bunny, but I didn't think it was going crazy like that over the time. But it was just like the games was always packed out. You know, they was talking crazy to us. It was like they wanted to see us lose.
Yeah,
that's how it was. Like anybody that played on the Blue Chips team with Brownie or Bryce, you know that people would love seeing them lose all the time.
Mm-hmm. Did Brian ever come to the games?
Brian come to the games?
Nah, not when they were that young. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it was always like Miss Savannah, and a lot of her family was out there.
Got you. Now, was Bronny as good as he is now back then when he was young? Did you think like, oh yeah, he gonna be? Because I think, me personally, I think when Bronny was that young, I think it was a lot of hype around him, but I think it was just because it was LeBron's son. I think this year is when I'm starting to see like, okay, now he could. Now,
he
did you
pass.
see that back then?
No, not really. Like he could pass really well. But like the dog he got now wasn't the same one.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. Now, let's see. Get into my. This is why I say now. A lot of people, I do this a lot. If you watch my interviews, I do this a lot because that's why I say I like my people to feel comfortable. That's why I say it's a debate show, not a relate show. Because we not here trying to debate topics. We not here trying to act like we professional. A lot of people can relate to me. We just having a conversation. We chilling. So I'm going over my notes as we talk for a reason, because I want you to feel comfortable. I want people to be able to relate. Yeah. I want it to feel like kind of like we've been here before. Yeah. So it's like just wanted to make it a relate show. Ask you that if you can get. Ask you that. Ask you that. All right. Oh, that's a good question. Just curious. So EYBL is a market that's really, I didn't know this. I learned this talking to Trey. I interviewed Trey not too long ago. I didn't know that it's one circuit team per state.
Yeah, for the most part. A couple states have two, but for the most part, yeah.
It depends on the population.
I think it depends on the size of the state.
Yeah, it's like Texas, Cali, Michigan. They got like 2 or 3. Like Texas got like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Cali
has a few.
New York,
Illinois has 2.
New York,
Michigan
Jersey,
has 2.
Between New York and Jersey, it's like 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Got you. Now, playing on EYBL, you're one of the biggest EYBL stars in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
EYBL is loaded. Everybody got Nike. Why choose EYBL if you can go somewhere else and be the biggest?
I just feel like seeing like all the players that like went through EYBL going to the league. Like, of course, you're Under Armour, you're Adidas, but I feel like for me, seeing like all the other players go through like EYBL and playing against kids that you know that's going to go to the league, I just feel like that's a dream come true. And I feel like I'm doing so well now. Looking at everybody else going through the same pipeline, I feel like I can be at the end of that pipeline one day.
Definitely. What does Kobe mean to you?
Kobe?
You see I got on the Kobe shirt. I love Kobe. And Kobe was one of the biggest players what does Kobe mean to you?
It means a lot because that's one of my mom's favorite basketball players. So it was like he had that dog mentality and he loved to win. So I'm the same way about Hoop. I love to win. And he'd do anything to win. I'd do anything to win too. I don't care what I got to do.
Who do you most likely resemble your game after?
Kevin Durant, but I lately in the last couple years I've been studying Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. I like JT. Now he's starting to guard that ball. I like JT.
Yeah.
If you could play with any player in the city, who would it be?
Any player in the city right now?
Kind of like a 2-part question, yeah.
City, Ryland.
Who?
For violin, he go to Sickle.
Got you.
Burgess.
Brother Burgess.
Yeah.
And another one. One of my guys, Jay Arnold. Y'all are so close. Why don't you think y'all ever play together? Just on the AAU circuit, on the circuit, I should say.
Probably because he's 2025. But if he ever wanted to play, I love the reunion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure. That's one of my favorite players I ever played with.
My guy.
That's my guy.
Best basketball shoe to play in your opinion?
The best basketball I had, or like in general.
In general.
Probably Kobe's.
Kobe.
Kobe's. I like to feel comfortable, and I like it.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, please subscribe, like, comment, share. On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We are on TikTok with CourtSide TakeOver, all one word. If you're listening to it and you like the content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We are entering our CourtSide TakeOver segment of the day. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. These are little fun questions. You can just answer them. Just have a little fun.
For sure.
What is Tyler listening to today in his headphones?
Tyler, maybe either Drake or Autumn or Summers. That's the top three. That's my top three.
Autumn,
right
Summers, what's that, R&B?
Nah, it's a little underground. A little
I ain't hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't hit.
Nobody hit for real.
If you could take 5 people to the blacktop, who you taking?
To the blacktop,
Yeah.
NBA all
Yeah.
time?
No, it ain't got to be NBA. It could be people you know. It could be NBA players, a mixture. If you could take 5 people to the blacktop, including
Who we playing against though?
Huh?
Who?
Yeah. All right. Y'all playing
Give me a
against.
5.
That's good. Okay, now we having fun. Y'all playing against. Y'all playing against AI, Jordan. Y'all playing against AI, Jordan, Katie, Shaq, and Hakeem.
So I gotta get Hall of Famers going.
You gotta get Jesus.
No. So you got AI at the 1.
Yeah.
So if we got AI at the 1,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw some sides of Magic Johnson.
Okay.
So who the 2?
Jordan.
Jordan. Sheesh. T-Mac.
Okay, I like that.
You said Bron. You said Bron at the 3.
Bron at the 3.
Bron at the 3. I'm about to come to that. I got Will Chamberlain in my 5.
I like that.
You said KD and Bron.
Now I said Hakeem, Shaq.
Oh.
So you could pick KD. I said
I got
Bron.
KD with Bron.
Okay.
You said King.
Shaq. Sheesh.
Kareem.
Hakeem footwork serious.
Kareem.
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 Only
Kareem.
unstoppable move in the NBA.
Yeah, Kareem and Will. We got them down there. We got the Twin Towers.
I like that. That might not be bad with the size.
Yeah.
That might not be bad with the
Yeah,
size.
so we got, that's my 5. Magic. Who I say Bron.
Magic, bro.
Magic. T-Mac,
Yep.
KD,
Yep.
Kareem, Will.
Yep.
Okay, got you. Best high school player you ever seen play in your life?
Seen play in my life with my 2 eyes. The hardest player I had to play against probably Nick Smith Jr. at Arkansas.
Got you.
Gave us 40.
Nick Smith Jr.
It was bad.
Coolest person you've met so far?
Coolest person that I've met. Probably Brian. Yeah, Brian.
Got you. Dinner guests. You can have 5 dinner guests, dead or alive. Who you taking?
Dead or alive. Brian, Katie. Who else? Drake. Who else? You said 5? Ho?
5.
Got 2 more.
2 more. Jeez. Who else? Take Bill Gates to get that. See how you get that bread.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Yeah, get that bread. Who else? I'm gonna take my mom's.
Good one. Okay, good one. You gotta have moms in the building.
For sure.
You gotta have moms in the building. If you could, did I ask you that? If you could play with anybody?
Yeah, I said Rylan or Jada.
Got you. You did say that. Okay, Rylan or Jalen. And last but not least, this one I'll open up the floor with you. If y'all could want to ask me anything, what would it be?
You got any questions? We gotta think of something.
Who you looking forward to seeing the most as far as what team are you looking at looking forward to seeing the most this year? Basketball.
High school?
Yeah.
Who I'm looking. It's kind of. I'm looking forward to see different people and different teams.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see in the city. I want to see what Tab gonna do this year. Super curious. A lot of moving pieces.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Coaching. I want to see what Stu gonna do at Walnut Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Curious to see what Black gonna do at Aiken. Super duper curious to see what Moeller gonna do. Because they supposed to have a down year.
Who, Moeller?
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ McBride.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what they gonna do and the pieces around him. So I'm curious to see teams. Like, I want to see what Wayne gonna do at Princeton, how he gonna shake the room. So I'm curious to see a couple different teams.
I feel like Princeton gonna be grimy. They should be solid.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see a couple different teams. A couple different teams.
Who's gonna be the best player in the city?
Best.
I got my vote.
It's a couple. I love Man. I love Ian.
I got five players.
So in the city league or the city period?
I got five.
In the city period?
Who's gonna be the best player in the city?
Give me
I got 5 players. Give me 5 players.
What's his name?
No, I just want one.
I got 5.
What's his name?
I want to see the top 5. Like, they don't gotta be in order.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? He played 4 out. I think he might play in the same conference as Princeton.
Dukovic.
I like him.
From West.
I like Dukovic. I like AJ Moeller.
Yep.
I like City League kind of low right now. Ray left.
You say Man.
Yeah, I like Man though. Probably out of there, I probably have to take Man. Man probably be Player of the Year. Yeah. Probably take Man over there. Then let me see. I can't think of who else. Them probably my 3. Trying to think what Fairfield bring it back. They was all seniors.
They got
Krim.
They got Krim and Ray back.
Krim.
And Big Amir.
For real?
Yeah, Amir should be a senior this year.
I thought he was a senior last year.
No, I think he was a junior last year.
That might be it.
That might be all right.
Who you got?
Top 5 players.
Yeah.
AJ, Ian, Brady, Hart from Turpin.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, 3.
That's my vote. I think he's gonna be the best.
I forgot about him.
Brady gonna fill it up next year.
I forgot about him.
He probably gonna take over the ECC. He probably gonna
He was nice last year.
Yeah, Brady gonna fill it up.
You got man. Of course, you got a lot of guards in the city.
There's a lot of guards. Yeah, you left and just shrunk the whole city, bro. Everybody's 6'4" now, bro.
Except Big Riley.
Yeah, except for Big Riley.
I haven't seen him play in person though, so I don't know how he played. So you got to let me know. You got to tell me.
Definitely.
I never seen him play.
Last but not least, in 2028, Tyler will be.
We'll be in the league and making bread.
Good decision.
Yeah, I wanna go to the league. My money, I think somehow I might invest and do like stock or like real estate or something like that.
Ain't no thinking.
Oh, I am. I know.
Manifested.
Facts.
Yeah. Manifested. Do you feel any pressure?
No, I'm just living. I'm just having fun with my life at this point.
Well, that's Tyler McKinley and Alex. That's CourtSide TakeOver Podcast, and we out.
Appreciate you, brother.
No doubt. Man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you.
Real big. I know one day I would do it real big. I know what my real is feeling.